Latest updates for immigrants with expired visas and confirmation of permanent residence. In this video we will talk about the latest updates for immigrants with expired permanent residence visas and confirmation of permanent residence who might be able to travel to Canada. The Canadian Department of Immigration has published new immigration guidelines for possessors of expired permanent residence visas. Immigrants who have a confirmation of permanent residence and a permanent resident visa, but whose visa have now expired, will be allowed to come to Canada. Canada has executed various rules for expired visa holders, depending on whether they are from the United States or other nations. Immigrants from outside the United States must have attained their visas on or before March 18 in order to get advantage from the new rule. United States visa holders are allowed irrespective of when they attain their visas. Only those who plan to reside and settle will be permitted to travel to Canada at present and become permanent residents. Those who desire to arrive into Canada temporarily and leave cannot do so at present if they are exempt from the limitations. Travel to Canada should be non-discretionary. The government provides cases of the definition of non-discretionary travel on its official website, link mentioned below. Various groups have been made for the practice. These groups are as follows. Group 1. Valid permanent residence and permanent residence visa, and taking a trip from any country other than the United States. Those journeying from nations other than the United States, who attained a permanent residence and permanent residence visa on or before March 18 and are still authentic, are excused from travel limitations. Permitted to travel to Canada for non-discretionary motives with expired documents, and obligated to have a satisfactory 14-day quarantine plan. Group 2. Valid permanent residence and permanent residence visa and journeying from the United States. Applicants may travel to Canada from the United States for non-discretionary objectives to settle and reside in Canada if obtained approval for their application. Both their permanent residence and permanent residence visa have been obtained and are still valid, and they have a satisfactory 14-day quarantine plan. Group 3. Expired permanent residence and permanent residence visa, and journeying from any other country other than the United States. Applicants for permanent residence, who are in ownership of an expired permanent residence and permanent residence visa, and who are likely to travel to Canada, are requested to get in touch with Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada using a web form. Applicants are requested to give the permanent residence expiration date and the non-discretionary motive for their journey. When the web forms are accepted, applicants will be forwarded to the suitable processing network and will be evaluated according to the following entitlement standards. Credentials to back evidence of a satisfactory plan to settle in the country. Evidence of a suitable plan to quarantine and their planned travel itinerary. Group 4. Expired permanent residence and permanent residence visa and coming from the United States. Individuals journeying from the United States with expired permanent residences may travel to Canada for non-discretionary motives to settle in Canada as permanent residents on condition that their application was accepted. They received their permanent residence and permanent residence visa, and they have a 14-day quarantine strategy. Now let's talk about what to do if you are ready to travel to Canada and you have an expired permanent residence and permanent residence visa. Applicants for permanent residence who have an expired permanent residence and permanent residence visa and who are all set to take a trip to Canada are required to contact Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada using a web form. Applicants are obligated to give the permanent residence expiration date and the non-discretionary reason for their journey. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada will then revert the web form request to the suitable processing network, who will evaluate the application based on the following eligibility standards. You need to provide the following evidence. A satisfactory settlement strategy, such as credentials to help your living condition in Canada, or employment proposals in Canada. Satisfactory 14-day quarantine plan in Canada that comprises proof of funds, and how you will shop for groceries, medical care, among other vital services, and a recommended travel itinerary, including, for example, travel tickets if they have previously been bought. You must also ensure that you and your escorting family members meet the following standards. Had a valid permanent residence and permanent residence visa on or before March 18, 2020, but these credentials are now expired. No exact date for applicants based in the United States. Have a convincing reason to travel to Canada now, such as family reunion, the demand for immediate medical consideration, the expiration of status in the United States, the need to deal with non-discretionary family matters, for economic motives, such as support for economic services and supply chains, support for essential arrangement, and the country where you live is not subject to exit controls that constrain your ability to travel to Canada. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada will give importance to clients with a comprehensive planned or authorized travel plan, or to clients who exhibit a readiness to book and confirm travel plans as soon as they are accepted. Processing of new permanent residence visa applications. Canada is presently accepting new applications for permanent residence. New files incomplete because of missing credentials will be kept and reviewed within 90 days. On the other hand, if a new application requires supporting documentation, a clarification must be added to the application that bring up service commotions due to COVID-19 related travel limitations. Providing this clarification is essential and may result in the advancement and importance of the application within 90 days. New applications will be processed in the order in which they are attained. New completed permanent residence applications carry on to be processed according to usual methods and systems. Our video ends here today. Comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching today's video update.